that you use for the dry block?
This.
Yeah. Is that
This.
is that just a
Right?
blow dryer?
To change the sound.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
That's a
Okay.
Regular hair dryer, and you can put it on low, and it's real loud.
Hello. So the sound should. Yeah, if I check back to the system, it should be working. Okay, so let's go see what we are doing here. So, we're in Pennsylvania, as I say, we're in Harrisburg, and there was like about 24 people that were interested to come to this event. A good chunk of them actually showed up here and had fun for a weekend full of overclocking. So basically, there was like a lot of LN2 and a lot of things to do here, so we just go around and see what's going on. First guy that we had today was Gypsman, someone we have been seeing in a lot of events. Always super big. Ah, c'est pas faux. Well, too bad, because the headset there's going to be a lag. Okay, say hi to the camera.
Doing some heaven today.
Ooh, look at this. This is very beautiful.
980 Ti and a Skylink.
Okay.
So, what are you benching today?
benching Fire Strike Extreme today with the Kingpin Edition 980 Ti.
980 Ti Kingpin. That's cool. How is it going so far?
It's going good. Right now I'm just trying to go and get the voltages right for the memory. I'm having a little bit of problems with that, but other than that, it's going great so far. I got the CPU dialed in just right, and maybe I'll push a little bit further once I get the card maxed out, but so hopefully I'm going to get done this morning.
Perfect. And you just wave at the camera and say hi to the people in the chat.
Hey guys.
What's your nickname?
I'm Wiggles5289.
Wiggles.
Yep.
That's this guy. Well, thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Here we have Mr. Booze.
Are you getting 1800 to 1.5?
So I see you have a very nice background. Oh, yeah, very nice wallpaper.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do now?
I need to reinstall my operating system. The system is being very bizarre.
You're actually overclocking your partition.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, how was the weekend for you?
It's been awesome.
You like the relaxed atmosphere?
I do. I like all the LN2.
That's what you came here, huh?
Yeah. I don't have access to it at home, so it's nice to get to actually do some serious Sub-Zero.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's cool. Well,
Yeah, it's good.
enjoy the last few liter of LN2.
I sure will.
That guy is not from the US. He just came here for the vacations. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Hi, Overclocks, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Always fine, always fine. That's funny because you're actually, even your system is in German.
Yeah. It is. That's my daily install because the other crashed. That's where I do my restores from. So
I see that you have a very special way of insulating everything.
it's not mine. That's not mine. Mine looks nicer, but it doesn't last as long.
So it's like almost waterproof.
It is waterproof. Yeah.
Well, as long as it's speed proof, it's fine.
Yeah.
Well, so what's the system for today?
I just finished 6600K XTU, so that is 6.15 gigahertz. It's pretty good. And now we're moving over to the 6950X.
Nothing to see. Move along.
No, nothing to see. Just doing restores.
So did you uncap this one at home, or you just did it here?
I deleted it here. So it had liquid metal on there before. Came from a gamer.
Okay. Don't get stuck.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Nice. 600K.
So I did like 4th place next to you for 6600K.
So yeah, it's good.
yeah, it is good.
So yeah, it's a good one. It is a good one.
It's a good one. Ran full pod without issues for the 25 minutes and then I got water into the right dim slot. So,
Yeah.
even though his
One of the-
insulation is perfect,
Yeah, it's still
dims get wet. That's all.
especially when it's like if you bench full pods, that's gonna be like super cold as well.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, not much to see here.
it's okay. Enjoy. Earthy surfer, right?
Yes.
So, benching X99 and the 6950X.
Yes. We're
It's the
gonna
first-
bench it together.
Right. That's the first time you used that CPU.
Yes. I've used like 5820K and 5960X, but not really first time.
Well, that's quite expensive CPU as well. So.
Yep. He's the rich guy, so he bought it. I'm just
I'm not
testing
rich
it.
anymore.
I bought one, and that's over now.
Just playing with it for free. Okay.
does it ask for filing?
File name and picture of your. Oh no, for this.
Okay.
So Windows 7 is back, by the way.
Okay. That's good.
Back. It came back to life.
Yeah.
He did a
Full
restore.
restore. I have
Yeah.
every OS on the drive.
That's the way I used to do it. So switched up.
All right, and someone new that wasn't there yesterday, or didn't saw you actually. What's your nickname?
MSI Max.
MSI Max.
Thing in there looks like a.
That's this guy. You're training a lot on your forums. MSI Max, but using Gigabyte. What's the deal here?
The brand neutral, you know, I use everything.
Oh, that's cool. So what are you gonna be benching today?
Yes.
5960X.
And you had to run it for me. Okay.
It just makes it like, especially like if you get the,
That's cool.
you know, you can get that screenshot in.
So that's your own CPU pod, or?
It's Alan Shorten part.
It's only 1.5 V4 negative.
And see, like everyone like the blue paper towel as well. Oh, that's cool. Memory G skill.
Just go try that.
Wow, enjoy.
Thank you, thank you.
This guy is awesome. That's him that organized the event.
Oh, thank you.
That's Stefan Funsol.
Yep. So how you guys today?
Oh, good.
Doing
Oh,
good?
great. Doing the last few hours of the live and then going back home.
Awesome.
9 hours of driving
No,
and then
that's
4
not
hours
awesome.
of bus.
Yeah, that's not awesome.
Yeah, this is the least awesome stuff for today. Anyway, that's well, you're benching super high,
Yeah, for
67K.
for Team Cup. Try to get.
I like how clean this is.
Oh, thanks.
It's not a huge mess on the desk.
Yeah,
and
no.
I actually like it.
I don't like the huge mess.
Are you OCD a little bit?
A little bit. Yeah, I think a lot of the people here are. 5, 1, 8, 1, 9.
Actually, I don't know if you can. I don't know, big team. I can get it. Okay. You guys can see it, right? I like the way the installation there's a hole to access the battery for the BIOS. You want to do the second part?
Huh?
You want to do the second half?
I can if you want. Right, so second part of the guys. Hello, hello. So we're live actually, just so you know.
Okay.
So a quick introduction of who you are for the guys watching.
Yeah, I'm Hot Rod 717 from United States. I live about an hour away from here, so it's a close trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that your first big OC gathering, or did you do some others in the past?
Yeah, last year we had a kind of an event at Witch Doctor's house. Stefan was there, and probably about 8 or 10 people. So that was fun, and looking forward to this.
Yeah. So what are you overclocking today? Azeroth OC Formula?
Yeah, had to get a new board. My 2 boards I brought were dead, so working with a new board and a chip that I know though. Probably going to be benching 580 later on for some hardware points. I haven't had that out full out yet on voltage, so see how it goes.
So yesterday you benched Bodwell for the first time.
Yeah.
How did that go for you?
It went okay. It was fairly simple, but about 5 gigahertz kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
I mean the numbers are big because it's 10 core, but it was as far as overclocking, a little underwhelming initially as far as top clock.
Yeah, 5 gigs and 5.2 and that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cool. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
You bet. Thanks for coming, guys.
No problem. So next one is the empty desk of someone that is a slacker. Otherwise known as Stepan. So he's always making fun of everyone, but he's actually the one not doing anything. So you can see he's a total Corsair fanboy. I mean, like he's got the whole setup there. Even piling up keyboard boxes to put his motherboard on. He's using the bench table, which is one of the highlights of the day. Highlights of his desk, to the least. Yeah, so we did some 1 versus 1 benching yesterday with Mark, so it's just on the other side. We're benching, like testing some new formats. It was until 3:30 in the morning, so I guess he's just catching up on some sleep at this point. So we'll see, maybe he will show up later. And next one, hello, so we're live.
Alright.
I'll let you introduce yourself to the guys on the street.
Hi, I'm Joe. Go by Lotkey on the forums.
Alright, so what have you been doing here at the event so far?
Spent the past few days working on Super Pi for the Team Cup. It's my first time on LN2, so spent a lot of time working with the other guys learning. Now that I got a lot of the Team Cup out of the way, I'm just kind of playing with different benches, seeing how my processor responds to LN2 for the first time.
Yep. So you say Team Cup, which team are you in?
I compete with OCF.
OCF, alright, cool. So you said first time on the LN2, have you done any extreme benching before, or you just got all the pots and equipment right?
I've done dice at home, never submitted on it. Obviously, I've only been benching for about 9 months, so didn't want to lose my novice status. Obviously, after this weekend, that's well and gone.
Yeah, now you're in the extreme league.
But I've had a lot of on water. I do methanol water mixture through my coolant loop, so I float dry ice in my water loop to cool it down.
How cold does that get?
I get down to about -40, -50 on that.
And you say you were in which league?
At novice league. But it's a water loop.
Oh
so.
yeah, for sure. It's a gray zone.
I would just stay hair putting in Canada and just bench outside during the winter.
I do that. I see -35 at my house.
Yeah.
So the whole thing at home, my entire rig's mounted on a piece of cardboard.
Put it out the window?
A piece of plywood. I have a table outside my window, so I open it up and slide the whole thing out.
He even has the USB connectors on the side of the window.
I got USB extenders that hang out. Yeah, I got that nice big rad that takes care of everything.
Oh, perfect.
Big 1280 rad.
Alright. So what gear are you using? Gigabyte?
Z97 Sock Force. I'm running a 4690K right now. Gonna work on Firestrike Extreme later with a 7970 once again for the Team Cup. So that's all down there. It's leak testing right now. Don't want my water loop to let loose on anything. So.
All right. Yeah, you can see it actually down there. He has quite a big radiator here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8.
9.
9.
9 fans.
9 fans. And those are quite some massive pipes, my god. Here's the tank
like
here
my
for
reservoir?
So that's the tank, yeah, for your mixture.
System holds 3.5 gallons. So when I get it cold, it stays cold.
That's really cool. Awesome. I like that. So since we are in the extreme kind of systems here, let's move on to another kind of system, and it's actually cool because they actually open the box so we can see things.
So you can see inside.
Yes,
So,
that was his master plan.
Yeah, so before we talk about that, quick intro for the guys on the stream to tell them who you are and what you do in life. And all that.
Well, I'm Brian, and Brian Loomis, and I'm L&L Cooling, which is that's my HW bot name. I have over the last 3 years developed a system that's a cooling system for CPUs and GPUs. We actually just really finished our GPU system. We've gone through a lot of changes in the last 6 months. So we have this is our CPU head. The heads are fully modular, so you can run as many heads as you want. You can run as many GPUs as you want. It's all process controlled.
Yep.
So there's no basically no need to monitor your temperatures other than setting it and just going for it.
Yeah.
So our new slogan is set it and forget it.
That's a good one. So to explain you guys what's going on here, so the machine he built is basically an overclocking machine that overclocks not for you, but that maintains the temperature to the temperature you set for
That's
you.
right, yeah.
So you have an LN2 tank, that's 22 psi tank, so that's not super high pressure, but it's decent enough for that kind of system. There's some splitting here on the output of the tank. You can see it's all frozen, it's been running, it's all wet as well. So it splits into 2 pipes, one for the CPU, one for the GPU, obviously. It goes down into those insulated tubings here, and then you have some kind of
Sorry, it's a little wet.
Let's not put more water.
Yeah.
And so you have here, this connects basically to your CPU pod. You can see actually here the connectors that goes there. So you just hook it up like that, and what it does, it basically injects LN2 into your CPU container in some sort of automatic way. So it's controlled by this this cryogenic valve here. That is a pretty cool thing actually, not easy to get by as well. It's connected of course to power, and in there you have also temperature sensors that are already in there, which helps to have the logic system to basically control the injection of LN2 into the pod. Of course, LN2 expands, right? So you would have pressure build up at some point. So there's some vent here on the top, and basically the vapors of the nitrogen evaporate through here. So there's no risk of explosion. Now, of course, the problem when you do extreme overclocking is condensation. All this thing is supposed to freeze, but it only freezes if you have water in the air, right? If you have no water, you get no condensation, and no condensation, no frost. So what he did is he kind of modded this case. Actually, I think we can call it PC modding. So the goal initially of PC modding is to make an ugly case look nice. I think this one still looks ugly.
Very ugly.
So you can see he actually close down the holes here to make sure it's kind of as airtight as possible. There's some pipe here to what is what? Also injecting some
to remove
the LN2, the vapors.
What we do is we take the exhaust actually from.
Okay, those ones.
We take the exhaust from the
containers,
pots or the containers, and we reroute that exhaust back to the case.
Oh.
And that what that does is it purges out all of the ambient atmosphere.
Yep.
It purges out all of the air which contains water.
Yeah. So you end up with a case basically that builds up just nitrogen.
That's right. It's
Like
basically a nitrogen bubble.
Yeah, a nitrogen tank.
Yeah, nitrogen tank.
So basically that removes all the air that has the humidity, so you have no frost. So You actually almost don't do any insulation in there.
I don't do any insulation at all.
So you mount your pot straight on your CPU. You have the same kind of pot for your GPU.
Yeah.
You connect them together, close down the case so it's more or less airtight, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all that happens.
Yeah, there's our GPU pot.
And you start it just like that in there. No
Yeah,
insulation.
yeah. No insulation, yeah. Yeah.
So the thing is, in that tank, temperature goes down to probably around -50 or something.
Yes.
So everything is really cold. So even if you had some water, like
It would be frozen.
it would be frozen instantly.
Yeah, yeah.
So there would not be any risk of actually.
Yeah, and that's
a very limited one.
that's the only issue is that sometimes the water builds up on top of the
pipes,
hoses,
yeah.
the pipes,
And follows the
so,
pipes down in
it'll
there.
follow the pipes down. And I left them connected last night, so so I actually opened it up to dry that. Yeah,
So what if
so-
you bench the case upside down, higher than the pipes?
Oh no, I don't know. That's a good idea, but it would be really hard to get into
Yeah.
and take apart and all that sort of stuff.
So of course you can't open the case while you're benching, otherwise the whole thing would lose its purpose, right?
Well, you can, but
You have to go
just
quick.
for a short period of
Yeah.
time. So you don't want to leave it open for. I had it open for about maybe 10 minutes doing
Yeah.
different stuff. But if you leave it open to build up a significant amount of ice, and that ice actually melts. Once it's
Yeah.
well, like you said, once it's frozen, it's frozen.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
So you can't see here because the system is stopped, but basically this whole case freezes on the outside because it's so humid outside. So you pretty much have freezing water, frozen water everywhere here. But you succeeded to make a picture. You cut the recording?
The recording cut by itself.
Oh, just restart it. Alright, so basically that's how it works. I think it's pretty cool. Do you have the window to show how you connect that? So of course he modded the case window as well.
are you?
So basically this goes
That way. There you go.
this way. That one? Yep. So you can see there's an opening here for all the pipes, and basically you try to close this down with some foam and things like that. I suppose there would be a nicer system. at
Yeah,
some
well,
point.
we just started running the GPU in this, but what we have right now is a clamshell that goes over the CPU. So it's just a matter of cutting a clamshell. I just haven't had time in the last couple of weeks to do that.
Alright, so that's pretty cool. And that Windows freezes too as well, so you have to use a heat gun to unfreeze it so you're able to see something inside as well. And of course, as soon as you do that, there's water if we were running on the case.
Yeah, I do actually have a question.
Yeah.
Do you plan to have like hot plugs for the tubings?
Have what?
Like
Yeah, quick disconnects.
quick disconnect?
Yeah, we're working on it. It's just that quick disconnects are extremely rare with liquid nitrogen.
Yeah,
It
not
is-
like
we
water
actually,
cooling, right?
yeah, we actually have to buy our own. We have to build them basically. They don't. I guess they don't make them. So
Yeah.
I'm not really the engineer.
How many
so,
people
yeah.
need that kind of stuff?
I know. Yeah, quick disconnect for liquid nitrogen. So.
He needs one.
me.
I'll take that one when he's not looking.
Oh, can I mention one thing?
Sure.
One thing about our systems is, and you know, I prior to today,
Yeah.
I'd never seen open benching. I had never done open benching. I had never just experienced it. But I worked in cryogenics, so I knew that we could use our machines that we're building to
that.
free. But one part of thermal control is heat.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we have inside that I don't think we mentioned is that there are heaters inside.
Oh
here.
yeah, right. I forgot
So everybody has propane torches, and they warm up their pots with propane
Yeah.
torches if you hit a cold bug, or if you need to do something, you know, you need to change out a CPU or whatever it is. So with ours, what we do is just like with a thermostat in your house.
Yep.
If you want it cooler in your house, you set it cooler. If you want it warmer in your house, you set it warmer. So we set it the temperature to let's say I set it to positive. I'm going to say positive, but 30 degrees Celsius. It'll warm up in a few minutes to 30 degrees Celsius, then I can take everything apart. And at the same time, if you're doing a benchmark, and during a benchmark you need more liquid nitrogen, right?
Yeah.
Because it keeps it cool. So if you're doing a benchmark and you hit the end of the benchmark,
to
all of a
start
sudden
heating
you
back
don't.
up,
Yeah, all of a sudden you don't need that liquid nitrogen,
Yeah.
and you're going to cold bug. And
Which
so
is
what-
why we use torches.
That's why you use torches. You jam the torch in there and light it up, and that warms it up. Well, what happens with our process controller is instead of us needing to respond to that, it automatically responds and begins to add heat. And it's actually doing that at a micro level constantly. It's constantly going cooling, heating, cooling, heating.
Yeah.
So if I set it at minus 120, it just stays at minus 120 no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah.
So ultimately it could detect the end of the benchmark by itself, like monitoring, for example, wattage output of the PC. As soon as it ends,
but that's a whole other. That's
that
a
would
whole
be
other.
but that would be cool.
Yeah, the
right?
logic between the two would be
Yeah,
great. That would be awesome.
But maybe
yeah.
harder to put in place. I don't know.
Yeah, our system responds extremely fast. One thing that we didn't show is the.
Yeah, we have to show the control. Right?
So this is the control module.
Yep.
Like I said, this is where the other end of the pigtail is.
Yep.
That's 2 heads. You can do as many heads as I've seen systems where people are they have like 16 heads. Well, you could do 16 heads.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of having enough logic to do it. And yeah, we can do it. So anyway, so right here we're running 2, and I actually have another system in my room. I could actually run 4. I could run 3 right now. And in fact, I think we're going to run 2 with Joe a little later if he wakes up.
Yeah.
But anyways, no. So that's our control module. Another thing that I do is I don't have my tablet out, but I have a full program, and right now it's a beta. We're not using, we're not selling it with the system, but there's a program that I have that I can watch the trend lines of the heat and of the cooling.
So it's drawing graphs in real time.
It draws the graphs, and also you can set it straight from your tablet.
Okay.
So, and our next step, which is we're already working on it right now, is we're going to be able to use an Android phone. So you just plug your phone in. You don't need the face of the controllers anymore. It's going to be a black box.
Yep.
You plug your phone into the black box, and then you run your system from your phone.
So you don't need a tablet or anything anymore. That's pretty cool. Like actually, it replaces also totally the point of having multimeters and all that stuff.
Yeah,
which is expensive anyway. So while you're at it, why not invest in something that does more?
You know what? I never thought of it that way, but these are expensive. They're not cheap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you buy 2 or 3 multimeters and your pots and all of your insulation
and your pots are smaller, so they actually probably cost less in material, at least in terms of copper, right?
Well, there's
without the VAT, just the copper part.
There's a ton of features inside this.
Okay.
So the CNC guys kill us. They're like, we want
it
big money. There's a lot of stuff going on inside
there.
there.
Electronics to warm up.
Exactly. You got the heaters. You got the thermocouples. The thermocouple's like maybe a 32nd of an inch off the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's just it's an expensive part for us to make.
Yeah. So for your business will be to sell those to overclockers.
Yes.
Or what kind of other industries could use that?
Whatever needs to go cold and stay at a temperature. So yeah, this comes from the aerospace RF aerospace testing industry. This technology. So it's basically a crossover of technologies. So, but the thing with RF and aerospace is these chips. What I found out right away is that these chips, like the 5960, get so hot, so fast, and then get so cold so fast. There's nothing out there like it.
Yeah.
Those aren't in RF. They're not testing chips that are blazing from 50 watts to 400 watts, and then back down to 50 watts in seconds. And so it's been quite an R&D project to go from that technology to this
something that can react fast, control very quickly. Especially with LN2, it's not that easy to actually inject LN2 and control how much it's going to push it down.
There's a couple of really big hurdles that you have to clear, and I've heard that people have been trying for a long time to clear them. But I'm really fortunate to be plugged in with some really good friends in the environmental testing industry.
So that system is very different from the one Kingpin Vince showed at Computex. He had more like of a closed loop system. This one is more like we cannot call it a closed loop, but it's also not completely an open loop. It's some in between.
Yeah, well, closed loop is a refrigeration, like a refrigerator. So you never, you're just constantly running it. So you can't, unless you could recondense liquid nitrogene.
But then you need the compressors and.
And it's just.
At that point, just buy a plant and just make your own LN2 and just get rid of it.
Exactly.
It might be cheaper. All right, well that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, just let us know in the chat, and we'll check out after and come back if we have some more questions.
Yeah, and you can see our website. This is actually just come out, so it's not even on the website.
Oh, okay.
This is like the breakout here.
So what's the address of the
It's
website?
lnlcooling.com.
lnlcooling.com. So check that out, guys, if you're interested. That's pretty cool. How much liters of LN2 do you use for example?
You know what?
like a
We
whole day
benched
session?
all day yesterday, and I've benched for another couple of hours today.
CPU
And it
and
looks
GPU both at the same time, right?
CPU and GPU at the same time. So on 2 days of straight benching, and it's not benching where you're just pouring a little at a time. It's constantly running
minus
at the
100.
temperature, minus 120. So we've used probably maybe 2/3 of that tank.
So that's about maybe 90 liters or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how much because the gauges kind of suck on the tanks. But I could probably go another day on one tank of LN2. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also something to consider if your LN2 is expensive in your region and you can get hold of those, which is not always the case.
Yeah.
You might save some money as well this way.
It might
Especially if you do a lot of overclocking. It might evaporate.
It might evaporate before you actually use it.
Who knows? Yeah. But those tanks hold better than the wars already. So
yeah.
That's already good. How high in pressure can you go on tanks? Is there a limitation with the?
You know what?
valves
If somebody wanted one that was 1,000 psi, we could build one that's 1,000 psi. It's just a matter of valve, and then you know we'd need to change some tolerances and stuff. But these are 22 psi. We were running at 50, so that's another big hurdle.
Yeah.
We had to. We were buying the 235 tanks, bleeding them down to 50, and then they pretty much regulate at 50 once you bleed them down. But that's a pain. So now we've gone where you can use the 22 psi tanks, and it's just a matter of finding the fittings, which somebody has here. Funsol has it here.
Okay. To be able to connect your.
Well, he's got a tank with a pressure building valve on the tank, and it's just a matter of setting that on top of your normal dewar that you have right now. So if your normal dewar will hold 22 psi,
you could use that
if it's rated
instead
at 22. Yeah, so you'll be able to. That's I've been working on that for a long time.
So eventually you're gonna sell adapters for the dewars.
Yeah, for the small dewars, and you just pop it on the dewar, and you probably bench for a day on
I
just
wonder
a regular dewar.
what regulations are in place for that. If you can easily do your kind of.
You got to ask the gas company.
Because you're basically building pressure in something that is not supposed to.
Oh, but those have pressure building valves on it. So Funsol's his is rated at 20 psi. So that's all we need right there. 20 psi, you're good to go. So it's just a matter of
getting the right
just
fittings
putting
to
the fittings on the tank.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Why not? All right. Thanks a lot.
All right.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
All right. So next and last 3 minutes of battery. 3 minutes of battery. So we're not gonna stay there too long. Mark, 0053, winner of the World Tour North America Delani TS. We've had a lot of fun yesterday.
Yeah, we certainly did.
What was your plan for the whole weekend? Did you reach all your targets? Did you smash some personal records and things like that?
Well, for me, it wasn't really. I didn't have targets. This was mostly to learn Broadwell E and meet people that I've never met before, but talked a lot on Skype, on Overclock.net, HWWatt, or whatsoever. And seeing the guys doing different stuff with GPU going cold, CPU going cold. So it was for me the best experience was to watch the others learn how check out how they do their stuff, what techniques they were. Everybody were kind of sharing tips and tricks, and we were helping each other out. So that's the best experience so far. And so no real submissions, but just basically a great time overall meeting people. Yeah.
Are you using that event as a practice for the World Championship?
Yeah, actually, I am trying to learn some of the 2D benches that we had originally did during the LAN ETS for the World Tour. So I've been going through those benches again and trying to learn, try to get myself to set, in a 30-minute window and see how I can perform, and from starting at ambient temperature, going cold, try to learn when to detect a cold boot bug, how to deal with them, and
I guess with all the humidity, you became really good at.
Yeah, we created this
Drying
lovely
up
box. Joe
You
Stefanski
created
showed
it.
me this lovely way of heating up the system.
You make holes.
You make holes.
And you plug
and,
your fan, your
yeah, the heat gun goes on this end, and basically you put your motherboard underneath on the floor, and you create this heat chamber. It dries everything really quickly, and that's probably one of the best things that I've learned for getting stuff ready in a short limited
Yeah. How long does it take to dry a board?
It takes about 30 minutes. It can be soaking wet. You put it in there, 30 minutes, you're almost ready to go.
And you're
So
sure there's no more water anywhere?
there, you inspect it, but it feels dry, it looks dry, and I've done it now multiple times, and it works very well.
Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Have more fun.
Thanks.
We actually drove here with you.
Yes.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. With the camera looking back at you.
Right, so that's about it for a little tour of the overclockers that are here at the events. We'll take a quick break, I guess, and we'll be back in a few minutes to do some other stuff. We're planning to do some more practice runs with Mark over there to test some concept called the deathmatch. Stay tuned.